Outrage in Gresham after police are caught on camera repeatedly tasing a 59-year-old homeless man. Business owners say it shouldn't have happened and officers overreacted, according to them. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Mike Casway. The incident is now under investigation just weeks before voters decide if the police and outreach workers involved should get more of their tax dollars.
KATU's Angelica Thornton shows us what happened, and we want to warn you the video you're about to see is disturbing.
That's Ronnie Amato frantically rushing into Cheap Charlie's Beer and Wine Superstore in downtown Gresham on the afternoon of March 9th. He yells for the store owner, sits down on his sleeping bag, and watches police walk up to the front door.
Stand up. No way! Stand up. Here goes Bill. I work here. Stand up. No!
The officers repeatedly ask Ronnie to get up. He tells them he did nothing wrong and seems confused, asking the store owner to call police. Ronnie starts shoving shopping carts, and the confrontation escalates.
You're about to get tased, man. You're going to get tased. Don't do it. Taser. Get down. Get on your face. Get on your face. Get on your face. Get on your face. Keep going down. He's schizophrenic, right?
That's the owner, Nguyen, in the background telling officers that Ronnie is schizophrenic before they tase him several more times. They call for backup, and 3 more officers arrive.
Show your hand. You're going to get tased again. Taser. You're going to get tased. Here, who's got the taser connection still? Get him again. Light him up.
I haven't watched the video because it's too painful. I can't watch it. It's just too awful.
Ann Clark owns the barber shop right behind Cheap Charlie's. She knows Ronnie, and she's angry about what happened.
He doesn't bother anybody. Just about all my customers. I was asking John. John has seen him around here. Everybody knows Ronnie. And he'll sit here and talk to himself, and he'll cuss, and but he doesn't bother anybody.
Clark was working the day Ronnie got into trouble. She says he was sitting on the back steps of Cheap Charlie's when one of the city's homeless services specialists responded to a call from another city worker and asked Ronnie to leave the area. That outreach worker claims Ronnie became aggressive and assaulted him, so he called police. Clark says that never happened.
He goes out to his truck and he comes back and he goes, okay, if you don't get going, I'm going to call the cops. And I'm going to tell them that you assaulted me.
At the shoe repair shop on the other side of the parking lot, Megan Sanford was also watching.
I was out at my counter with a customer and I could hear Ronnie yelling.
Sanford says she ran out to make sure Ronnie was okay and to try to defuse the situation.
I didn't believe that he had actually done anything, and especially with the distance between them, that it couldn't have actually been a threat in any way, because there was literally like a fence between them with the stoop. With the railing.
We reached out to Gresham Police and the city of Gresham. A spokesperson sent us a statement on behalf of police and the city. It said in part that homeless services specialists have been spat on, threatened, and attacked, and sometimes need the additional support of the Gresham Police Department to safely resolve situations. She also said the police officers made every attempt to reason with the individual and de-escalate the situation. However, his aggressive behavior continued as he assaulted the police officers. She would not name the outreach worker or the officers involved, but told us there's a use of force investigation to determine if any officers violated policy or law. When I asked why that hasn't been handed off to an outside agency, she told me that only happens if there are allegations of criminal conduct.
Pull your hand out. Pull it out. Taser, taser, taser. Taser. Pull your hand out. Pull your hand out. Last time I'm going to do it with the drugs. Pull your hand out.
On May 16th, Gresham voters will decide on a public safety levy that asks property owners for more money to retain and hire first responders. That includes more police officers and expanding homeless services to nights and weekends and adding one more outreach worker to the team.
He'll yell out things at certain times, but he's never been aggressive at all or violent in any way.
Sanford, who owns the shoe shop and lives in Gresham, doesn't know how she'll vote. But after seeing what happened to Ronnie, she's questioning the training of current officers and outreach workers.
I just hope that he gets the justice that he deserves, and everyone else in the area too, having the same issues, that doesn't happen to anyone else again.
About 6.5 minutes after Ronnie walked in, he was wheeled out of Cheap Charlie's on a stretcher and taken to the hospital. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office told us he was cited for 4th-degree assault, resisting arrest, and harassment, all misdemeanors, and the case is under review. Several downtown business owners who pay Charlie to do odd jobs told us they haven't seen him much since March 9th. They're worried about him.
The whole thing was unnecessary. They could have taken him in easily. You know, he didn't put up a fight. It just was wrong.
And they hope he comes back. In Gresham, Angelica Thornton, KATU News.
A family member confirmed to KATU Ronnie has suffered from paranoid schizophrenia for decades. She told us they'd been looking for him for years and only found him when the Oregonian first posted the video of police tasing him. She says they've tried to help Ronnie, but he has resisted. You can read the full statement from the city of Gresham and learn more about the safety levy by clicking on this story at KATU.com.
Gresham says officers did not violate policy or the law by repeatedly using a taser on a 59-year-old homeless man. The city completed their use of force review, saying the uses of force by the police department was justified. A video of that encounter originally sparked outrage from some who live and work nearby. Ronnie Amato was seen on video rushing into a store downtown Gresham on March 9th. An outreach worker said Amato had become aggressive and assaulted him, which is why that outreach worker called police. Officers approached Amato in the store. He could be seen shoving shopping carts at them. Officers tased Amato several times. He went to the hospital. A family member told KATU Amato has suffered from paranoid schizophrenia for decades.
You're about to get tased, man. You're gonna get tased. Don't do it.